All right, this is video 2 in the series of how to create a high-performing company culture. If you missed the last video, make sure that you click the link in the description below so that you can get caught up on this series. So how can you create a high-performing company culture? Well, the thing that you need to have as a leader and as a manager is, yes, you want to be someone who elevates people. That's what we talked about in the previous video. But also, you want to be curious. Curious managers and leaders help create a great company culture. My name is Grant Botma, and I am the owner of an Inc. 5000 fastest growing company in America, Stewardship. This is the Culture Course Show where we're putting out episodes like this at least once a week, where we have a very quick, snappy, very simple thing that you can do this week to act on to become a better manager or a better leader. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can make this part of your weekly routine. We're publishing these on Sunday evenings so that on Monday morning, prior to coming into the office or first thing that you do in the office, you can watch this video and make sure that you are moving in the direction that you want to as it pertains to creating an awesome company culture. So again, when we're talking about creating a company culture of thriving employees, a high-performing company culture, we want to make sure that we are curious. But what does that look like? Now, you can't be nosy. You don't want to be somebody who's got your nose in the business of anybody and everybody. That doesn't feel good. That actually can take away from one of the most motivating things in a company culture, which is freedom. Your team needs to have freedom. We've talked about that over and over again. It was a big theme in my book, but you still want to make sure that you have some curiosity, but without being nosy. So how do you do that? How do you exhibit curiosity without being nosy? I believe it starts with this question. And this question is your call to action this week. Simply asking with an empathetic tone, how are you doing? How are you doing? If you ask that question to your team, one, it's going to exhibit that you care about them. But two, it's going to help you figure out more information about how they're doing in their job, how they're doing in their life, to see how you as a manager can elevate them. Remember, this is a 2-part video series of how to create a high-performing company culture. And in the first video, we talked about being a manager that elevates people. Well, if you want to elevate them and continue to elevate them, you have to ask that question. How are you doing? And sure, it can be asked on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis and say, yeah, how are you doing today? Or what's going on here? But it really should be intentional, especially if you're seeing employees that are maybe overwhelmed or burdened. Maybe they lost out on a sale, or maybe they feel like they're not getting as much done as they liked, or maybe they have their pipeline extremely full, and that is something that is bothering them, right? We all know that there are seasons and ups and downs in the life of somebody who is working within your culture. And simply being a curious manager, by asking that question, how are you doing, will exhibit that you care. And over time, when they continue and learn to trust you, they're going to give you information that you can act on to help elevate them. If they say they need a thing and you're able to act on that quickly, that's a big win. Or if they say they need a thing and you create a process or a system or something to give them that support, to elevate them to a higher level, people love that. And that helps you retain amazing talent. Make sure you're subscribing to the Culture Course Show. We're doing videos like this at least once a week, and you're going to get a call to action just like you got in this video. If you did not watch the first video in this series, click the link in the description below, and you'll be able to watch that video as well to get caught up on this particular series, how to create a company culture that's thriving. Have a great week.